Hello everybody, welcome to Noel's Mine Co. So today I couldn't find my good classifier, and where I live at, I'm kind of in a rural area, so it's kind of hard to get out and get anything that you really need as far as prospecting stuff unless you want to order it. So I kind of decided I would do a little video and show you what I found. Okay, so I went to my local thrift store today. Found this thing. I don't even know what it came from, but it was on the shelf. It's 50 cents. I figure I can probably bend me a little handle, put it through some of these holes here on the sides so I can shake it a little. I'll have a little classifier that's like 1/4 inch minus. And I also found this pizza pan that's got super small holes in it, but I'll have to measure, but it's pretty small. But I think I'll take that one, and that was $1.50, so I'm $1.50 into that, 50 cents into this. And then I also, if I can find it, I had another little bottle that I picked up that would make a good little snuffer bottle that you can pick up at like a store that sells baking supplies and stuff like that. So if I can see it somewhere out here, I don't know where it went. Anyway, I'll maybe find it in a minute, but let's get started. I'm going to take this, I think it's like a baking, like a pizza pan almost or something. But I'm going to take this, I've already drew a line around it so I can cut it out through here with a pair of tin snips or something. Then I'm going to take a bucket and I'm going to cut the bottom out and leave a little lip in the bucket so I can drop this down in the bottom of the bucket, and then I might drill a couple, like a hole there, a hole here. Maybe I'll do 4 and I'll put some little teeny machine screws in through the plastic and through this to hold it in the bucket so I can shake it around to classify stuff down small. But I figured for $2 you could have 2 pretty decent little classifiers for $2. Well, depending on where you go. I mean, it might vary at your thrift store, but it's pretty cheap. You know, I think for under $5 you could build you a couple little classifiers. I've got free buckets, a bunch of them, so we'll just go from there. But I'll gather up a few supplies real quick and we'll get right back on this video. Alright, so got me a piece of 6011 welding rod. You can use a piece of probably some copper wire or some tie wire or something. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to knock off all the stuff off the outside of it, all the flux. See, it comes right off there. You smack it on something. Bend it around a little bit. It'll help that all come off of there. I'm figuring I can take this. Bend my little handle. Alright, so here's my new classifier. It's clear full of dirt. There, now I got all my other stuff separated out from that. That's all like 1/4 inch minus. Let's see, maybe we'll do one more just for fun. It might even make it better. It's not even have a handle on it, I guess. So yeah, it's all my big stuff's all separated out now. Then you're left with some pretty good stuff that's pretty small little. You can pan out or run through your sluice or whatever. I'll find some tin snips and get right back to you, and we'll fix that other one up too. Alright, so what I did, I traced this out on the bottom of a bucket. I know I'm going to have to trim it a little, but I just drew around this so I can cut this out. I got me some tin snips. So I'm going to snip it out real quick. It snips out pretty dang fast, so You can use other things as well, like you can use a spaghetti strainer probably, but this is just kind of turning trash into treasures. So if you don't have money to get into prospecting and stuff, you can make some of this stuff. Or if you live in a rural area where you can pick up a few things, but not everything that you need. I mean, you could pick up something like this, like I'm going to do, and turn it into a... Oops. Sorry, I get sidetracked here. Make my hand a little tired, but I'm about there. Snip this off. Just want to... Yeah, you can get some of these snips at wherever, Harbor Freight or Home Depot or wherever. Get left-hand cuts, right cuts, straight cuts. These ones are more or less for cutting straight. But if you just use a tip limb, you can kind of follow your line around on an angle. Be careful if you do this so you don't get cut by the metal as you're cutting it, 'cause it leaves some little edges on it sometimes. See if I maybe come back this way, finish it off. Alright, let's see. I'm probably going to have to trim a little bit more off of this. And I'm going to have to hammer the little edges of it back down, because it kind of disfigures it when you start trimming on that. So. I think I'll have to trim off some of these spots. They're kind of a little wide through here. See if that gave me enough yet. I'm going to take a little more off of it. Alright, let me get this all trimmed out and I'll get back with you guys and we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so I got this piece all cut down. It fits in the bottom of here now. Now I'm going to attempt to cut this out the bottom so I have some room to work. just tools right there. Now I got the bottom all cut out. And there we go. That should work real well. I think I'm going to silicone it in because I don't have any machine screws right now. I kind of want to get this thing done so I can use it later. But that's how that'll be. So I'll pause this and I'll get that siliconed in and I'll come back to you guys in a little bit and show you what we come up with. Alright, so I got me a little bead of silicone in there. If I cut the bottom out, take this. We'll let that dry now. That's a pretty good little screen right there. That'll go down quite small, so we'll let it sit and dry and we'll give it a test try here in a little bit. We're going to test this all out real quick here. Well, that's working out pretty good. A little dusty in here, dang it, but yeah, at least it's doing what it's supposed to. Knocking stuff over, dang it. I think he's doing a pretty good job, so it makes me happy. Alright, so that's pretty much all quarter inch basically. So that bucket works okay. This little deal here works great too. So with those two pieces right there, that probably cost me maybe $5, and I've got some nice little screens to work with. Here's that material right there. That works great. May have to pan some of that real quick just for the heck of it though, see if there's any gold in it. Do a little jet dry in this and get it kind of saturated up a little bit with some water. Then we'll pan a scoop of this, see if we can find anything in it. Alright, so that about wraps it up for that one, and I don't know, this worked out really well. It's under $5 to build this, basically. Nice little classifier. This is about a 1/4 incher, and then this other one between the two, this one's probably, it's almost probably like a 6 mesh or 8 mesh maybe. But hey, it'll work out great for what I'm doing. But if you're trying to get started out cheap, that's the way to do it. And I mean, gold pans are pretty cheap. You can pick one of them up for a fairly good one for around $8 usually, unless you want to get into the more expensive ones, which I've wanted to play with some of them and try them out. But these green ones that I have that cost me, I think out in Elko, Nevada, they were like $3.99 or something when I was out there working, and so I picked up 6 of them, and they haven't let me down yet. So I just really haven't upgraded. But there's some more things like this. Like, I'm gonna build a sluice box and see if I can do it for under $20, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff laying around that we could probably build it out of anyway. So stay tuned for that one. And also, I'll build one of these nugget suckers like I got up here all the time on the wall, and I'll show you guys how to do that, and we'll break down the price on that as well. So that wraps it up for this one. Other than one more thing, I'd like to remind everybody that we're doing another giveaway at 200. AU Family Prospecting is going to give away 1 bag of pay dirt. They offered to for when I hit 200, just because he's awesome. And then I'm going to put together another bag of pay dirt to send out to somebody too. Once we get to 200, we'll do that. So let's get there, and we'll just keep making more stuff and building more cool things and keep on panning and having fun. Thanks, and I'll catch you on the next one.